guess he's a bit of a troublemaker right there, huh? He loved to be the center of attention. My name is Christy. I have been living in the US for 9 years. I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic. I'm doing my best to major in architecture. I came here mainly to study and find a better future for myself. I've moved to Vermont on 2014. We had a bit of a hard time back home. It was a bit complicated. The economic situation wasn't the best, the political situation either. So it was better for us to leave home and come to live here. The transition per se was a bit complicated. I didn't know the language, it was a new country to me. I contacted my brother in the moment and I decided to move to Vermont, and the change was it was a new thing for me. My brother welcomed me into his place, but after a while I actually felt the need to find my own place. So I moved out on my own maybe on 2015. I was living with an elderly couple. They were renting me a bedroom in their house. They became like my Vermont parents. They are like very protective of me. But when COVID hit, I found myself having to live, since they were elderly. I work in a supermarket. They were afraid that I was gonna get them sick if I actually stayed. So I had to leave. I became homeless from March till November. When I went homeless, I was staying in a hotel, and for the state to be able to cover my stay there, I have to be working with an association that helps with that. Pathways came in and they helped me in the process. They were pretty much my bridge between finding my own place and being able to be in a better, in a healthier position now. It's like pretty much every door opened for me. Everything actually fell into place, and the process was actually a lot less painless than I was expecting it to be. Having my own place now, it actually feels more like a home that I have made for myself. The fact that I can actually give my own personal touch to my home makes it more of a home, not just an apartment I live in. I actually have everything I need close to me, including my job. Not only that, I actually have my doctor's next building. I have also a post office close to me. I have a pet store close to me, which is pretty much everything I need. Pathways have been very helpful to me, and I'm actually very grateful to them. They've been with me from the beginning, finding a place, and still till today, they still making sure that I still live in a safe environment and that everything is going very well for me, and that I have everything I need to be able to have my home.
I had been working in an ICU, but I was moving to Vermont, and so I actually just posted on like a local Facebook group to be like, hey, does anybody know of a nursing position that has a harm reduction perspective? I want to work with people in the community. And I was very lucky that they were hiring a full-time nurse. I was interested in getting to people before they needed an ICU. I'm Skylar Kelly. I'm the nurse team lead at Pathways. I work with our Housing First program, which is a permanent supportive housing program getting folks who are homeless into permanent housing with wraparound services to sort of help them stay housed, basically. It might look like taking people to appointments and advocating for them in the hospital or at their primary care doctors, dropping off medications, helping them like sort their meds, making sure people know what they're on and kind of checking in to make sure that they're using it correctly. I think it's very important to have nursing staff involved in the services that we provide at Pathways, because health and harm and risk reduction are such a big part of people's lives. When you're coming out of homelessness, there's a lot about that experience that can affect your health, and a lot about the circumstances that brought you to homelessness that would affect your health. I'm very passionate about choice in people's care. I think it's a huge part of Pathways' message, and it's a huge part of why I like being a nurse here. Health is an extremely personal thing for everybody, and what feels healthy to you might not feel healthy to somebody else. And there's all different facets of health too, right? There's like physical health, mental health, spiritual, emotional. And I feel like a lot of our folks need to be given the chance to direct their healthcare and have that choice about what they want to focus on, because they don't always have a lot of agency in other parts of their life. We try to reduce harm for people while allowing themselves to direct care. Harm reduction is hugely important to me, and I think hugely important to all of us at Pathways, because we believe everybody should have a choice. In the Pathways program, we focus on relationships, and we're able to sort of build relationships with people in their houses so we can make sure they're getting the care that they need. What we want to focus on is how we can let you choose, but how you can do things more safely. And that requires relationships. We have a broad idea of health at Pathways, like housing is healthcare, right? Community is healthcare. Like, there are things that everyone needs to make them healthy, and it's not just eating vegetables and working out, right? At Pathways, we try to take a broad view, and I feel lucky to work here because I think that's some of the stuff that can really affect somebody's health. I wish we could be all over the state and taking in anybody. There's such a limited pool of houses and resources, so it's tough to get people in, but I think it's an important program for anybody experiencing houselessness.
I was married for 69 and a half years. I was 21 years old, she was 17 when we got married. Yeah, she was a good lady. My name is Edward Pete Racine. I've been Pete since I was 3 years old, so that's who everyone knows me by, Pete. I was born December the 4th, 1924. Vermont's always been my home. The only time I was away was when I was in the Marine Corps. Pathways. For so long, they spent so much time helping me out. Everyone has done so much for me. The apartments is quite an improvement over where I've been living for the last 4 years in a camper. Everyone told me that I'd never be able to stay there for one winter, but I was there for 4 years. Pretty cold some nights, but I survived. Being to a place where I got a good comfortable bed and a nice warm apartment and people around me that are very nice, my neighbors, and everybody seems to pay a good attention to me, always trying to help me out. Sometimes I think it pays to be old, just to be able to get the attention. I just couldn't live without all of these folks that come in and do things for me. I have a special person, Kim Wells, that's been with me for a year, at least a year. I had a mortgage problem trying to get off the home that I had given my children, but Kim was right there working at it, and she finally helped. Till the end, we finally got it done. Kim spent so many hours working with me on that, and other stuff too, everything. Pathway, they just can't seem to stop working for people. They're here, spent hours with me, doing what they're doing, and I really appreciate it. There's so many people that need their help right now, so many people, and they know what to do.